Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to talk about Belle Collective. All right, y'all. So listen, we're just gonna talk. Belle Collective is cute, but I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with me in Belle Collective. It's cute though. I'm not checking out of Belle Collective, but I feel like I'm checking out of Belle Collective. Anyways, it's just talk. So we're just gonna start out with Miss Amanda. Amanda is thirsty. Um, she comes across as someone who is on the show just to kick up a lot of chaos and confusion. Um, at the beginning of the episode, her, Marie, and Latrice met down at Latrice's restaurant, Taste. Did y'all see when Latrice walked through the door? The security guards opened up both doors and Latrice walked through. It's stuff like that that gets on my nerve. Like I refuse to believe that when every customer that walks through, they open up the door. Or maybe they're just doing it for the queen of the owner. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. But that irritated me for some reason when Latrice walked through the door of the restaurant and both of the guards opened up the door and she just walked through. I was like, girl, what is going on? Marie. Marie had on like a jumpsuit with like I think it was Jimmy Choo. Remember when Jimmy Choo came out with the boot, like the pant boot? I think the first person I saw wear that was Rihanna. This was years ago. In like a Vogue ad or something, where it's like a boot, but it's like a what do they call like chaps, like chaps. But it's like boots. It's like a boot, but then it's like it goes up and it's like a belt that you can tie around your waist. It's like a 3-in-1. A boot, chaps, and a belt. You know what I'm saying? Marie had on something that was made um, that way. Amanda came in and girl, when Marie said when Marie said that Amanda looked like Beetlejuice and looked like a head was popping out, because Amanda had on a shirt, like a collared shirt, and then the side of the shirt was also another. It was like two shirts in one. So it was a collared shirt, and then this side it was sleeveless, but it also had where it looked like it was another shirt sewn onto the shirt, to the main shirt, and it had her shoulder popping out of the the hole of the shirt. And Marie said it like a head was popping out. As soon as Amanda sits down with Latrice and Marie, because Latrice was already there, of course, and then Marie arrived second, and then Amanda arrived third. The first thing that popped out of her mouth was, "I don't like how y'all did her." Wait, oh, all of the. She said something along the lines of like, "All of this is different for how y'all treated her." Like, girl, you ain't even sit down. Girl, you ain't even ordered the appetizer, and as soon as you sit down, you go straight into, I don't know. I don't know if Latrice brought Amanda on to have backup, but Amanda's role on the show is just not landing for me. Like y'all know, I don't mind a messy girl. I love a messy girl. I love a messy girl because Carrie kind of did similar to what Amanda's doing. She kind of like got into like Marie's business. Marie didn't even know the lady, but I guess because I feel like with Amanda, it's more. It's like, girl, you're here just to kick up mess. At least with Carrie, it was more so her, I guess, judging what Marie was doing, or like, girl, when Marie popped up at the party with both of the men. This girl, you're on the show to kind of just, I don't know if it's a plan, a plot, and a plan that all three of them came up with, Amanda, Glenn, and Letitia, because at the end of the episode, They met up at Latrice's house for a pool party, and I remember Latrice. Not, I'm sorry. I remember Letitia referring to Amanda as Mandy, and then Amanda also said something to Letitia like, "I have a lot of respect for you." Girl, I could have swore just a couple episodes ago you was talking about how you too much didn't care for Letitia, and now you in this lady's face, and now it's, oh, I have a lot of respect for you, and Letitia is referring to Amanda as Mandy. Girl, that's a nickname. Girl. So do y'all kick it? Do y'all know each other? Like I'm not meeting someone and calling them, "Hey Mandy." Does that make sense what I'm saying? Anyways, but yeah, I just feel like Amanda is on the show just to cause chaos and confusion. Um, I don't know. She could go, honestly. Anyways, we'll get back to her in a little bit. Carrie, um, she is having a hard time managing a family life and her businesses. She has 3 restaurants. I think it's called Brick and Spoon. Yeah, Brick and Spoon. Her husband Matt says he does 80% of the work at home, and that's basically due to her, being occupied with the businesses. She says sometimes it's hard for her to turn off, when she gets home, to be present at home because she basically has so much going on with the businesses. So she's made a promise to Matt that she'll be more present at home. Um, Selena and Latrice meet up with Glendale and Selena and Mike meet up with Letitia and Glendale. I put Latrice. Yeah, Selena and Mike meet up with Glendale and Letitia. I guess they're going to be coaching them on. Letitia and Glenn couldn't tell me the sky was blue. Letitia and Glenn couldn't tell me what time it was. So I guess they're their coaches. They're trying to help them get through whatever hump they're trying to get over. Selena and Mike, they're engaged. They plan to get married, but they're having communication problems. Mike went out of town. He went to Texas, and then he wasn't really answering Selena's phone calls. He purchased an 18 wheeler without having a conversation with Selena. He purchased a boat without having a conversation with Selena. I'm sorry, y'all. Again, I just don't believe, like, if y'all want to be in these relationships with people in marriages, and it ain't like y'all just sitting on a whole bunch of money like Kim and Kanye or Beyonce and Jay-Z were. Girl, if you did go buy a 18 wheeler, it really ain't gonna shake nothing in this house. I do believe that at some point, especially when there's big purchases being made, girl, we need to have a conversation. I do. Um, how can I say this? Because I don't want to sound insensitive. She basically says that, Selena's son unfortunately was unalived some years ago. And she said that due to the death of her son, sometimes when Mike doesn't answer his phone, um, it makes her it brings up those feelings of him not possibly coming home. Something could be wrong with him. Um, Latrice also said that too about her relationship with her marriage with her husband, that when he doesn't answer the phone or come home, it puts her in a bad space because she starts to think of her brothers. Latrice has 2 brothers who um, passed away. I do believe them when they say that, but I also believe too, a part of them think that the niggas out there, girl, throwing dick around. I believe them when they say that when you don't come home or when I don't hear from you, I start thinking the worst possible thoughts. I do believe that 100%. Like, why are you not answering your phone? Are you dead? Are you okay? Are you girl upside down in your car in a ditch? But I also think a part of it is y'all think y'all niggas out here girl cheating on y'all. I do. I think that multiple things can exist at the same time. But I think that's a problem too. Yeah. Anyways, the all white event, the Selena is throwing an all white event, basically just to kind of talk about grief. It's in honor of her son, and people really don't, and I do believe this to be true. Um, people die in your family, and nobody really talks about it. Everybody kind of just like goes on, you know, you know. I feel like that kind of what happened. I feel like that happened with my family. Like when my grandmother passed away, it was just kind of like nobody really just talked about it. You know, I don't want to talk about that because I start crying. But yeah, I feel like that happens a lot. People pass away, and then people really kind of like go on their separate corners. Even when they get back together, it's not really discussed. Um, everybody's kind of dealing with it in their own way instead of probably talking about it together, and it probably could help everybody, but nobody really wants to bring it up because it's sad. So they're basically having this event just to kind of like talk about death and losing loved ones. Girl, I wasn't gonna watch it because I was like, I do not want to watch this because I know I'm gonna be crying, girl. And I watched it, and girl, I was over her boo. That's why my nose kind of stopped up. Okay, that's why I sound kind of stuffy because girl, I was over here, girl, boohoo crying. I was like, I don't need to watch this because there's really nothing to watch. You know what I'm saying? Because I already know what's about to happen. They're going to talk about, I know Latrice is going to talk about her brothers. Selena's going to talk about her son, and I'm gonna be over here thinking about my grandmother, and I'm gonna be boohoo crying, and that's exactly what happened, girl. I was over here boohoo crying. Um, Latrice says that her one of her brothers passed away, and then she said that she was on the phone with the brother who she's really close to, and she said that she told him, I had a dream that you died. And he was like, no, I'm still here. And then she said, I think it was that same day. Girl, what the fuck? I think she said that same day he ended up dying. Um, but it was sad. It was really, really sad. But I will say it was a good event. You could tell that I finally liked the decor. It was gold and white, but you could tell that they put some thought into it. They just didn't throw some paper towels, some paper napkins on the table and went on by their business. You could tell that whoever put it together, they at least thought about it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like Marie's birthday party where they just threw some red and black napkins on the table and said, "And girl, threw some nothing bunk cakes on the counter and said, here." Um, So Latrice is having a pool party, baby. One thing about it, two things for sure, three things for certain. Girl, why is Tamara still on the show? This is episode 3. Tamara Tamara doesn't need to be on the show. Tamara doesn't even want to be on the show because she'll be around. I mean, she came to Selena's um celebration of life situation. It wasn't necessarily a celebration of life. I'm just gonna call it a celebration of life. I forgot what it was called. For her son, she came to that, but for the most part, Tamara is not around. Tamara can go. She really can. She serves no purpose. That's a space. That could be a space for somebody else. Hell, y'all could have gave that space to Amanda. I mean, she messy as fuck, but at least she doing something. You know what I'm saying? Um. Anyways, Oh, Latrice. Latrice is having a pool party, but it's only for couples. She didn't invite Tambra because she says she knows that Tambra probably wouldn't have come anyways, and she wouldn't have brought Damon. What's his name? Damon? Whatever his name is. So the food looked amazing. I said, "Ooh, baby, baby, that food looked good as hell." I'm not even gonna sit here and play in y'all face. That food would look, baby. I'm telling you, baby, Latrice had a spread for the girls. I'm talking about real food, like that spread, baby. That was. I said, "Oh, baby, she puts. Oh, okay." She trying to get the girls full. Girl, I know they took some to go plates home. I would have. Oh, nasty plate. So of course they start playing a game. You know, anytime they start talking about let's ask questions, girl. That let me tell you one thing, we've been watching reality TV for a very long time. When the girls start talking about let's ask questions, let's play a game, girl, you know some shit about to kick off. The last question. Well, it was one question about what's your favorite position, stuff like that. And then the last question that got the shit kicked off was, are you attracted to anyone in the group? And Carrie was like, everybody at the same time, we already know the answer. And, you know, basically it's no. One, two, three, no. And then Amanda says, he a liar. Yeah. She was talking about Glenn. He a liar. And then Latrice was like, next question. Next question. And Letitia was like, fuck no, ain't no next question. What you mean? What you mean? What you trying to say? What you trying to say, right? And so Letitia takes Amanda outside. Again, she had referred to Amanda as Mandy. Stuff like that. Maybe I'm looking too deep into it, but stuff like that lets me know that there's something there with Amanda and Letitia. Did she already? I think she probably knew Letitia. I think she did know Letitia. Did she know Letitia? I can't remember if she said she knew Letitia or if she just didn't like Letitia based off of what happened to her, what happened to Latrice on the show. But either way, she's calling her Mandy, so they're familiar with each other. I'm not calling you no nickname unless I'm really like cool with you like that. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so she takes Amanda Mandy outside, and then Amanda tells her, "I respect you as a person, even with the stuff you've done to my friend." Um, and then they're just talking, and she's like, "What's going on? Talk to me. Tell me what it is." That's what Letitia is telling Amanda. And then Marie comes outside and she says, basically, you need to come get Glenn. Tisha, come get Glenn. Come get Glenn. Come get Glenn. Because Glenn and a stud. So Amanda brought a stud to the birthday party. I mean, to the pool party. And the stud basically was like, yeah, he lying. I saw the DMs. I read them. I saw them. And then Glenn got up and girl, it went off. You could hear them arguing as it was going off. Yeah, listen, baby, stud. Glenn gonna look at you. Glenn gonna look at you as a nigga. Okay. I don't even really care about this. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't care about the Glenn, Amanda, and Letitia storyline. Do I think Amanda is trifling? Yes, but a part of me feels like this is some shit that they came up with just for this show. It is what it is. All right, y'all. I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Bye, y'all.